Crysis begins with a distress call from a team of American archaeologists studying a mysterious discovery on the fictional Lingshan Islands in the Philippine Sea. When the North Korean People's Army, the KPA, invades the islands, the U.S. deploys the elite Raptor team to extract the researchers. The player takes on the role of Nomad, a Delta Force operator equipped with an advanced nanosuit, alongside his squad mates Prophet, Psycho, Aztec, and Jester. The suit is a core feature of the game, granting superhuman abilities such as enhanced speed, strength, and stealth, which Nomad must use to navigate the densely packed jungle terrain. While taking the swan dive, Nomad is hit by something, knocking him and his squad mates off their target. With a trash parachute, Nomad plummets to the ocean and bounces off the seafloor. After rebooting his suit, he has to make his way through the dark, moonlit jungle to meet up with his team. The first of the nanosuit abilities we try would be the speed one, but it's literally just a fast sprint. Helps, I guess, with running gun gameplay, but nothing too crazy. But the stealth ability, which makes you completely invisible, is pretty generous with the amount of distance you get. No enemy will see you unless you're about 2 or 3 feet directly in front of their face. You cannot stay stealth forever though. Moving while standing drains your nanosuit really fast, and crouch walking does it slowly. And standing still comes to a crawl. All guns are customizable in some way, more than others, but it's a cool concept for an older game. In most cases, you can put on a silencer, flashlight, tactical attachment, and change the sights. After dispatching a few KPA, we run alongside the beach to find one of our missing squad mates, Jester, who didn't land too far from us. The team then decides to find Aztec, who was stuck in a tree by his parachute. On the way there, Aztec tells us over the comms that there's KPA surrounding his position. Then all hell breaks loose, and all you hear on the comms is screaming and gunfire. Nomad and Jester rush through the dark overgrown jungle to their friend's aid. When they finally arrive, all is not what it seems. The KPA is torn to shreds alongside our mate, who didn't have a chance to do anything, stuck dangling upside down, with nothing they can do for him. Prophet activates his suit to vaporize, so the KPA won't get their technology, and ending up with more questions than answers, which on a side note is terrifying knowing your boss has a switch he can instantly vaporize you anytime he wants. After dealing with their teammate, Prophet gives new orders to meet at the original landing zone, and here is where the strength ability comes into play, letting us jump higher to get over ledges, and obviously melee harder. We finally get to see daylight and how good this game really looks after a long night. We are tasked with getting rid of a radio jammer before continuing our journey to the LZ. While clearing the base, we use one of our other abilities of armor, which makes our suit harder to make bullets bounce off and take less damage from. The map or areas are decently sized, requiring a vehicle to traverse. Most come mounted with a machine gun that you can drive and shoot simultaneously. After clearing up some outposts and getting intel, we finally get to meet up with the rest of the squad, who banter back and forth when they find a precariously parked boat right in the middle of the jungle covered in ice. Psycho doesn't trust that Prophet is telling them the whole truth about the mission, but the reunion does not last long as a massive mechanical creature smashes through the boat and grabs Jester, and the squad follows on hot pursuit to save their buddy. When they finally catch up to Jester, it's too late and he is gone. After a loss of 2 mates, the team morale is fading, but the mission must continue. They head down the path to capture a communications trailer. Prophet tasks Nomad to go ahead and find one of the hostages in a village occupied by the KPA. After taking the village out and finding the hostage, she briefs Nomad and Jester about what has happened. The past couple weeks, she also tells them where the rest of her team is being held. After fighting our way through the thick jungle, we rendezvous with Prophet just outside the excavation site. While talking with Prophet about how the situation is foobar, a pulse goes off Nomad, and Prophet and another creature flies through and grabs Prophet, flying off in the distance. Not knowing what to do, Nomad continues his mission. After finding the excavation site, going inside, we spy on a conversation between Yang, a general from the KPA, and Rosenthal, one of the archaeologists, who is studying one of the intact creatures buried in the ground. The general wants Rosenthal to hurry up on his research on the creature so he can open the door that's believed to connect to where the creatures come from. He wants it done ASAP before the Americans come to claim it. After their conversation, Rosenthal realizes that the creature he is studying is not dead but dormant, and accidentally jumpstarts it to reanimate. Nomad shows himself to get more info out of Rosenthal, but the creature wakes up and super freezes the entire area, including turning Rosenthal to a solid ice. After barely surviving, Nomad meets back up with Psycho to take a seaport so they can head to where the general is at. After taking the seaport, Nomad heads inland in a tank to take the fight to the general. After botting through outposts and camps, we make it just outside of the excavation site, where we get a glimpse of what that supposed door is leading to. It's a gigantic metallic-looking structure embedded into a mountain. It looks super high-tech and just begs the question of what it actually is. After fighting all the outside rabble, we head in the mountainside complex, making our way through some caves. We finally find the general, only to get knocked out by the KPA, who surprisingly have their own type of nanosuits. While captured, the general talks about how this structure is the greatest source of power the world has ever seen. After arguing and killing one of the archaeologists, he commands his team to blow the charges and open the door. After the explosion, a blinding white light happens and zaps anyone wearing a nanosuit. The general pulls out a gun and fights Nomad. After finishing the general off, the mountain starts collapsing, and Helena, Rosenthal's daughter, the last of the archaeologists, tells Nomad to take the surface elevator with her, but it jams. Psycho talks on comms and flies a copter in to pick them up, but only Helena is able to get on copter. The elevator crashes through a floor, and the only way for Nomad to get to safety is to go inside the strange structure. Heading through the mystery-brought two-block road going everywhere, eventually Nomad makes it in an area where there is zero-G, where he starts seeing things he can't explain. He sees the creatures everywhere, huge ones and small ones, going everywhere almost like a busy city, and from what it looks like, there are thousands hibernating just waiting to be woke up. Nomad runs into some random drones trying to escape, where we get a better look at the small creatures and see they are not machines, but some alien octopus-looking type creature. Eventually Nomad makes his way out, where he sees the whole area is now covered in snow and ice. Everything is frozen solid. Everyone without a nanosuit would not survive in it. Nomad heads down the mountainside to regroup with Psycho, battling the creatures the whole way. Eventually Nomad comes across a platoon of frozen soldiers stuck in the same poses they died in. The creatures ambush Nomad and freeze his suit. Just when all hope seems lost, the main man, Prophet himself, shows back up and saves us. Even though his suit is malfunctioning, we have to help him get down the mountain to warmer areas before he freezes. Prophet and Nomad make it down the mountain where everybody's evacuating to a battleship. Nomad takes a copter and helps others escape and eventually makes it to the battleship. Once landed, Nomad sees that Psycho and Helena brought a captured creature on the ship to study, and Helena wants Nomad's suit data for being inside the structure. Nomad heads to the Admiral for a debriefing. The General is wanting to use nukes on the island. Helena disagrees and says it won't work because the creatures just absorb energy and just keep coming back. Admiral tells them days ago the government noticed huge heat waves coming from the island, thinking it was the KPA testing nukes, but it was an energy wave directed to a certain star system. They figured out that it's a distress signal being sent. Nomad heads to Helena's lab to scan his suit's data there. He sees Prophet getting his suit scanned. After he is done, he storms off, wanting to go back to the island, and eventually goes AWOL and steals a copter to fly back. After Nomad's scan is done, he goes back to the Admiral, where they are about to drop the nukes, and when they do, all hell breaks loose. The dome enclosing the island grows in size and power from absorbing the energy. Then the ship's attacked, and Nomad must fend off the aliens before they sink the ship. Out on the flight deck, Nomad battles with a huge alien covered in armor. It takes a lot of bullets, it eventually goes down. Then a behemoth of a war machine shows up. It takes an experimental mini-nuke just to destroy it. As it's about to crash into the battleship, Psycho and Helena show up in a copter to pick Nomad up, as they barely make it out. The ship explodes and creates a huge vortex in the ocean, sucking all nearby ships in. And as they fly off, Prophet sends them a message. He survived the blast, and Psycho, Helena, and Nomad decide to keep up the fight and start to head towards his location. And that's Crysis